Hi, I'm Terrinique Show, founder of the best-selling naturally curly hair care brand Curly Belt and host of the Terrinique Show, a show where we talk about hair, a woman's crowning glory. I'm so happy that you've allowed us to be a part of your hair care journey, and I hope that you enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Terrinique Show. I'm so happy that you guys have decided to join us for yet another episode. Please like, share, subscribe. We are the Terrinique Show on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, everywhere, the Terrinique Show. And I know I say I am so happy every single time, and I know you guys are like, is she really happy? Yes, I am just so happy to be sharing all of this information with you guys. I'm in my element. I get excited every time I record. So just know that I am happy that you're tuning into this channel. And if any information we share is helpful to you, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube, like, follow, subscribe, ask questions. Like, I am just so happy that you're here. Anyway, on today's episode, we are going to be discussing the benefits of sun exposure or vitamin D on the hair and scalp. Yes, vitamin D, sunlight. It is called the sunshine vitamin. Yes, vitamin D is called the sunshine vitamin. And it's summertime and it's very hot and we're getting a lot of time in the sun. And yes, the sun is good for your hair and scalp and good for hair growth. We know that the sun provides a dose of vitamin D that creates new hair follicle and thus new hair growth. We have talked about it before in a previous episode where hair grows faster in the summer because during the summertime, most people's hair is in the anagen phase or the hair growth phase. And vitamin D is an important element in hair growth and the anagen phase. So before we get on to talking about sunlight and sun exposure, please note that overexposure to anything is not good. So when it comes to hair growth and preventing hair loss, sun exposure, you want to limit it to 10 to 30 minutes a day. Anything over that is going to be considered overexposure to your skin or to your hair. But the sun is good for your hair because it has vitamin D in it. So vitamin D, what it does, and there are several types of vitamin D's. I believe there are 5 types. The one that is specific to hair growth is vitamin D3. So what that does, it signals pathways in the hair follicle and has a direct role in hair growth during the anagen phase. So you want to make sure that your levels of vitamin D3 are high. You can get this, through your diet. You can get it through your sunlight exposure, but the best way to get it is to take a supplement. So a vitamin D supplement. When you go to your local pharmacy or whatnot, wherever you buy your vitamins from, you want to look for vitamin D. And the recommended dosage is 5,000 IU. If you don't want to do that extreme, you can do 2,000 IU. But you want to make sure that the vitamin D supplement you're taking is fat soluble. And it should say it on the label of the product, or you can research that particular product to see if it is fat soluble. Vitamin D, it usually looks almost like vitamin E. It comes in a small capsule, it's not plastic that it's wrapped in, but you guys know what I mean. It's clear, it's a small capsule, and it looks kind of like brownish or a tint of yellow. If you've ever seen a vitamin E capsule, it kind of looks like that. So not just to say that, don't take my word for it, that vitamin D sunlight exposure helps with hair loss and helps with your hair growing back. But there are actual studies done on the deficiency or insufficiency of vitamin D levels in people, and they found that those that had low levels of vitamin D also experienced hair loss, which means that there is a direct link in lack of vitamin D and lack of hair loss. And we'll talk about it a little bit more too, that a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D. A lot of people don't spend a lot of time outdoors. We jump in our cars, and if you live in a high rise, you're probably jumping in your car in a garage. You're not exposed to the sun. You drive to work, you have tints on your car, you have the visor down, you're just not interested in sunlight. And then you go to your office, you walk in the office, it takes you 2 minutes to get in the office. And then, depending on what time of year it is, by the time you get off work, it is nighttime and you have not been exposed to sunlight. And we know that you need at least 10 to 30 minutes of sunlight to help with hair growth as it pertains to vitamin D. But sunlight and your diet alone is not enough to increase your hair levels if you are deficient. You have to take a supplement, which like a vitamin D3 supplement, to help with hair growth. So the first study that was done, it was done in 2021 by the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, and include individuals who had certain types of alopecia. And when they tested the levels of vitamin D in these individuals who had alopecia, they found that they were deficient in vitamin D. Once they started to increase the levels of vitamin D, then they found that hair growth appeared. The second study was done by the Annals of Dermatology, and it was done on a 7-year-old boy who had vitamin D receptor expression. In other words, he had alopecia areata. So what alopecia areata is, and I know I'm saying that wrong, I know I'm not saying that right, but y'all know, y'all get it. You can look in the notes of this video or the podcast to see the correct spelling of the word, because I know I'm butchering that word. What alopecia areata is it's a disease that happens when the immune system attacks your hair follicles and causes hair loss. So the exact thing that was meant to grow the hair or allow you to have hair is being attacked by your immune system. So they found that when they applied vitamin D topically to the area where the 7-year-old boy was experiencing hair loss, that they saw new hair growth within 6 weeks. So they did this daily for about 6 months. After 3 months, they saw regrowth appeared. And then after 6 months, the boy who had alopecia areata, he had no sign of hair loss at all. So we see here in both studies that are linked to vitamin D deficiency, that one, when they applied it topical daily, that the hair grew back in a certain area. So for example, if you had in box braids, or if you had your hair glued and you had it just pulled out your hair because you were wearing tension styles from ponytails, and you see that you have parts of your hair that are thinner than others, you want to then apply vitamin D topically, but you can also take it as a supplement so it'll help you internally as well as externally. So these are natural ways to help combat hair loss due to tension styles, traction, alopecia, or immune system disorders, or if you're taking medications and you're seeing hair loss. There is hope that vitamin D, if your vitamin D levels are lower, once you bring those levels up, then you can experience hair regrowth. So we know that vitamin D3 is what we need to look for, not vitamin D2 or any other vitamin D. It's vitamin D3 specifically. There's a certified trichologist. His name is William Gunutz. I know I butchered his name, but whatever. William, you know what I'm trying to say. He said that vitamin D3 directly interacts with hair follicles, and when D3 levels aren't optimal, it can decrease the volume of hair on the scalp and throughout the body. So, for example, if you see that you are balding more in the middle of your hair, So you can apply vitamin D3 topically to that area, or take a vitamin D3 supplement. And you want to wait, at least it took the boy 6 months to see no hair loss, but after 6 weeks he started to see new growth. So you want to give it some time, and this is something that you're going to have to be patient with and consistent. So you're going to have to make daily applications to the hair, to the scalp, so that your hair will grow back and the vitamin D will be effective. For example, 41% of US adults are insufficient in vitamin D, and approximately 29% are straight up deficient in sunshine vitamin. So like I said before, this means that we're not spending enough time outdoors. And I hope that, because this is summertime now, that you will incorporate some kind of outdoor activity to get some vitamin D in your system. 10 to 30 minutes, go to the park, walk outside, don't wear a hat for 10 to 30 minutes and let the sunshine hit your scalp, hit your hair. It's good, but it's good only in limited doses. You don't want to overexpose your hair or your skin to the sun, but it is vital for 41% of US adults to be deficient in vitamin D and 29% to be straight up deficient. We need to get outdoors, people. Get outside. So we talked about the ways to achieve higher levels of vitamin D. You can incorporate it in your diet. You can go outside for walks, but the best way would be to take a vitamin D3 supplement. These can be found, I got mine on Amazon or from Publix, and I believe I take the brand Nature's Bounty. I believe that's the name of the brand. So there are very good brands out there that that have been 5-star rated when it comes to the level of efficacy of the vitamin. So what you would do is, go on Amazon, look at the reviews, or go on the company's website and look at how they make the product. If you want to look for something that's gluten-free, that's veggie, vegan, or whatever, they have all of those on the label or on the product's website. So incorporate a vitamin D3 into your diet. But if you have special needs in terms of the things that you can take and cannot take, I am not a doctor, so please consult your doctor. But if you are an all-around healthy individual and taking vitamins is not an issue, I don't see why you can't add vitamin D3 to your regimen. So let's look at other benefits of vitamin D3. So this vitamin is like a super vitamin, and it gives a lot of benefits. Number 1, it strengthens the bones. Number 2, strengthens the immune system. We all need a strong immune system. It may prevent certain types of cancers. 4, it may improve brain function. We need that. I've seen other studies about vitamin D that says that it improves brain function. So it'll help you think better, help you be more alert. It boosts your mood. So if you're feeling down and depressed, it can help you boost your mood. I like to take my supplement at night right before I go to sleep, because that's when the body is resting. A lot of studies are against this, but this is what works for me. I know that that's when the body is resting and cells are regenerating. So therefore, if you take vitamins at night, listen, I am not a doctor. I'm telling you what I do. You don't have to do this, but my mind works. If the cells are regenerating while you sleep,